Fala aí, pessoal. Do Última Ficha, estamos aqui direto de Los Angeles, na Califórnia, para entrevistar o Bartek Kmita. Ele é o diretor do jogo Outriders, que a gente acabou de jogar há mais de uma hora e vamos revelar muita coisa para vocês, assim como entender um pouquinho melhor do jogo e do que se trata. Bartek, thank you very much for your time, for the invitation.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here, really.
Yeah, yes, we are really excited. The game looks really good.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe the first thing is that no one knows exactly what Outriders is. We just saw a trailer in last year, E3. All we know is that a dangerous planet, a different planet that looks like people went there to do something. So what can you tell us about the story, a little about the characters?
Okay, so
This new world.
everything starts with an end, basically. So the Earth is gone. We have to evacuate. We come to the new distant planet, and now as Outriders, we are supposed to prepare the landing zone for the other humans. But unfortunately, not everything went good, as always. And then when the proper Outriders starts, so we are awakened after many years and see this planet changed. We see the things that we were not prepared for. And now one of the biggest mysteries is what happened to this planet, why it's changed, why it's not as the scanners and everything that was supposed to be beautiful Eden, and right now is crazy, twisted things that are happening on this planet, but unfortunately I cannot tell it because this is one of the core of the story.
And in the game, you have this anomaly. Is that thing that changes the world and the person, the people, everyone around there. And in the game, from what I could understand, you're going to pursue this anomaly and understand what's better to give the humans a better chance. What can you tell us about the anomaly?
So anomaly is like a weather system. It's like a storm, which mostly destroys, but sometimes and kills. But if you're lucky enough, they can change you, they can alter, they can modify your genes. Overall, it's modifying whatever will be not destroyed will modify somehow. So some people are lucky to become alters. Alters are basically supernatural beings that can control the anomaly and can control the physics of this world. The anomaly, why it is here, why we never knew about this anomaly, it's the one of the mystery you will reveal what it is.
Of course, of course. While I was playing, I saw some influence on not other games, but like movies, ideas, a little of Mad Max maybe. I've seen some while playing some parts. It looks like I was like in a Second World War, maybe First World War. So, what kind of inspiration you had to make this world, make this game?
So overall, I think we don't have the one particular movie or book or another element in our minds created the game, but all of our experiences coming from the past life or from our life is our inspiration. So luckily for us, when we meet with the other people, the stakeholders of this game, the people who started this idea, we all together share the same passions, and we were grown on the same books, movies we enjoy. So as you see, it's rather the reference to some maybe more darker sci-fi, fantasy, literature, movies, comic books than the unicorns and the love stories.
It looks really good. There was a lot of parts that you just look at what was going on, like when you burn someone or kill someone, you see the little bones there. There's a part before one specific boss where it's like an alien reference that like webs and something really strange, and people glue in the wall. So a lot of references in dark sci-fi. Very interesting, that part. Also, about the game, something that it's not, let's say, a new genre. It already exists. It's good. It's very good. But one thing that I saw and said, okay, that's different. That's really good, and I'm enjoying. Is the story. You have characters. You have dialogues. You can choose dialogues. Know more about them. How was to write the story of this game and develop those characters that have voice acting?
Yeah, the story from the beginning was very important for us. We wanted to have defined character, and we have the beginning and the end we want to tell. So the story is one of the core elements of this game. Of course, we know that some people will skip the cutscene and will enjoy only the gameplay. But from the other hand, I know that not some people will play this game only for the story, only for the world. I think we created a lot of materials for them to go deeper into this world, to understand the story, maybe in different ways. But we spend a lot of time to build this fantastic world and story about the characters. I think people will enjoy it.
The gameplay, of course, it's something really important in the game, and something that you can see that have a lot of loot, maybe inspired a little like games like Destiny. What can we expect about the equipment?
It's one of the most important aspects of our game to find this loot, to modify your gameplay, to modify your skills, to upgrade your character, to defeat the bigger challenges.
And about the skills, right now we have 3 classes, and we're going to announce a 4th class that you're not be speaking right now, of course. Can you tell us a little bit about those 3 classes?
Yeah, the classes in the beginning are to help you understand how the gameplay is working, because each class you can build in your own way. We are just in the beginning. So let's talk about the classes. The Trickster is like assassin type of hit and run character. He uses the space and time powers, a lot of slow motion, so jeeps, heads and legs flying around next to you in very slow motion. It's super spectacular class. The next one is Devastator, backbone of each Outrider group, tank, close combat dealer. Every class has his own unique healing mechanic. This guy Devastator is healing in close proximity of the enemies when he kills them. And Pyromancer is the medium range area of effect specialist, fire, heat, radiation. His healing mechanics, for example, is he marks with his skills the enemies to regenerate health. You use the Pyromancer. Okay, great. But that's the beginning. That's why I'm saying it's the medium range character. It's only for you to start. Later, through items, through character progression tree, you will define your proper playstyle.
Great. And something that you mentioned in the presentation, at the beginning, before we played, that this game is going to be released in the holiday of this year, 2020. And it's going to be a game already for a new generation, but also going to be released for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. How is working with both consoles? How is this affecting development, and what can we expect?
Overall, of course, the more tech you are developing the game, the harder. So shipping the game for all these consoles and PCs, it's super hard. But unfortunately, I cannot tell anything about the next gen and how the crossplay will look like. That's what we will reveal later this year.
Okay. We're really close to the end of this interview. So what about the end game? Are we going to have an end game? Something maybe that we can play with another players, or no? You play the game, this RPG, and that's it. And how many hours should end the main story?
Yes, the end game will be during the release. So this will be content that will be included in the out of the box. So it's a very important aspect for us that people who will like the world, who will want to stay in this world, they will have a lot of activities to do alone or with other players. Unfortunately, about specific, again, I can't talk right now. How many hours if you're playing this game only for the story and to dig into the world? I don't like throwing numbers, but because everyone has his own taste, depends on the difficulty. But let's assume that will be about 40 hours.
Great, amazing 40 hours. And last question, I believe everyone's making that to you. Is it going to have subtitles in Portuguese, voice acting in Portuguese?
Of course, at least subtitles. So I don't know now about the voiceovers. We will see, but subtitles for sure. Right now in this demo, we don't have subtitles because of some nasty bug.
Yeah, no, of course.
We had to turn off basically before the show.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay,
sorry about this.
Thank you very much. The game looks really good, and we expect to play the full release of the game.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Alô, galera! Muito obrigado por assistir a mais um vídeo do Última Ficha. Não deixem de curtir o vídeo, se inscrever no canal e acompanhar as nossas redes sociais que estão na descrição do vídeo. Acessem nosso site www.ultimaficha.com.br para todas as notícias mais quentes do mundo dos jogos. Até a próxima!